Good evening, everybody. Um Back in the booth, Arya Sorabi. Next to me said,
Gethin.
"Get in, welcome." We have a cracking match in prospect. Two of the very finest cumin that Netherlands has ever produced.
Absolutely. We won't really be needing to point these guys out. Most people at home watching, of our many hundred viewers,
Yeah, yeah,
will be recognizing these guys.
of
Alex
course.
Lely and Nick Vandenberg.
Currently at 140 viewers, and that should crank up quite significantly. If I'm not mistaken, Nick just won the leg, and he's about to get this match underway. Interestingly, Nick is choosing to play from this side. He did quite often on this table. It's an interesting story because you weren't here from the beginning. In the beginning,
No.
from the day, he was actually playing warm up on this same table, and I saw he was experimenting with his break. So I went up to him and said, "Well, what do you make of the break here? What would you choose? What's the best way?" And he went, "Well, there's a few ways to go about it, but the one break I prefer on this particular table, exactly the spot where he put his cue ball, which is more or less on the same parallel line of the first diamond on the short rail." And he went, "If I play more or less the similar cut break as I would play on 9 on the spot, I can always control the next shot,
Yeah,
either be it the 1 or the 2 or the 3."
yeah. He'll have it
And
available.
look what happened.
Exactly.
And the first match he played on the TV table was against Alex Montpellier. Very
What a tough,
tough
tough opener.
tough opener, and he wasn't on his game, so he lost that one 7-2. After that, he killed. He won 7-0.
I saw he had a donut on his way up when I was on
Oh,
the
he
train.
beat Ivo Arts.
Eva. Yeah, that was
Defending
right.
champion.
It's like, come on.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it started a bit scrappy the first two racks, and then he just took off, and Ivo never showed up.
Wow.
And that's it's a tough one for Ivo because we all know that Ivo is a phenomenal player.
He's a quality player.
Yeah, but
Well,
yeah,
when I arrived, I saw Nick playing on the table over there, and he seemed to be playing more of a sort of two-third power cut break to great effect.
yeah,
And I guess I was learning from Joris earlier that this table's playing a lot quicker than some of the players expect. So it's interesting that he's playing exactly how he pitched it out to you earlier. It's great.
yeah.
And look, he's running the rack. He just looked like he overrun that, but the cue ball slowed down perfect
Yeah.
for him to slide that past the 9. Good camera angle.
Yep. There you can see it clearly passes the 9 there. Good angle on the 8 here.
Breaking dish. A
Yep.
great way to open up against Alex,
Yeah.
because Alex doesn't need any excuse to get his teeth into a game.
Exactly. Let's for our viewers.
Yeah, give an update on the other matches.
Well, obviously that's the semi-final, and one of the biggest upsets is Ayhan Özver. Ayhan Özver climbed his way all the way towards the semi-final. So let's see his path in this tournament. The first game he won 7-2 in the last 64 against Erik van der Schaaf. Erik is a player from the north, Enjoy, fine lad from Drachten. Then he lost his winners qualification match 7-1 to Ivar Saris.
Ivo Sardis, good player.
Yeah. Then loser qualification, he beat Reda Belhaj. So that is a player who has got a lot of mileage.
That's no pushover game.
And then he beat Rani Matti 7-3. Now let's not forget Rani Matti. He beat Mark Bijsterbos the game prior to this 7-2.
I saw that.
So he beat Rani
Putting
Matti.
Mark in the loser's side.
And then he beat OC Chan. OC Chan won his previous match until his clash against Ayhan 7-0. and then he beat the OC Chan 7-5. He just won a thriller against Hoa Nguyen 7-6, and now he is standing in the path of Mark Bijsterbos.
Wow.
And I'll tell
That's
you,
a journey to get to this far, huh?
and I'll tell you something really funny. These guys come from Eindhoven, and they thought against of traveling with Marco Teucher because they weren't planning to leave late.
And look how it's turned out. The other way around.
Yeah, doesn't happen that often, does it?
Well, it's sometimes better to tempt fate in that direction than,
Yeah,
than the other.
Yeah, you're totally right.
So Alex has come a little bit flat for this.
Yeah.
Gonna need to use the rest.
The good thing is though, if he, as long as he makes this ball, is always going to be on the 4,
Yeah.
unless he scratches, which I do not foresee.
No.
He might even be tempted to play a safety here, if he doesn't fancy the rest shot. Yeah.
Hit it well.
Yeah, perfect. I think he coaches these guys, and he's very
Knowledgeable
about all these players, their strengths, and he knows if he wants to beat Nick, he needs to take the bull by the horns.
I was exactly going to say that as well. Playing a safety against Nick can sometimes do more damage than good.
Yeah. Absolutely right. He needs to play another good positional shot here. It's all about the 7 here. Trying to keep things simple.
And a bit of awkward queuing with the 8.
Yeah, but that's why he's thinking about leave the cue ball in the middle of the table, because this way he only needs to float the 6 in, and he's
not do too much at all.
I thought for a second he would cross the table.
He's getting into it. Is he going to get into it?
No. He
looked a little bit like he was going to get into it then.
He tried to kill the speed. These cushions are really bumpy. You'll see in a few shots time here. Sometimes they play a shot when it comes towards the side rail with, let's say, not that much speed, with a little bit of side, and it just flies off the cushion.
Off.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
unreal.
Joris and I did see a couple in the
quarterfinals.
With Mark and Tim de Lauter. And quite surprisingly so.
Yeah. It's not ideal here on the 8. It needs to go around the 9, I think. I'm not sure if he's confident in holding. I know he doesn't like to roll balls, so pretty certain he'll go around the 9 using 2 or 3 rails. Ooh, it just creeped in.
Wiped its feet.
I'll tell you something, he'll
take that.
He'll take a sigh of relief there, because
yeah, well, he had the middle pocket just a little bit to contend with, so wanted to get into the cue ball, and in doing that, just lost the object ball a little bit, but
yeah, finished the
you
job.
were absolutely right. He needed to take it to Nick, and he's done that.
Yeah. We'll try to give you guys an update on the other score. Let's not forget, if you want to keep up with the scores, you can watch on Q Score. Ayhan has taken the first rack against Mark Bijsterbos, so he's leading 1-0. Jimmy, our cameraman, is telling us that it's looking like 2-0, so he must be in good shape on the table. That's the one thing that's always plays in your favor, isn't it? When you're the underdog, nobody's expecting you to win, and you can play with absolute freedom, because, like, if I play against Nick, I know and he knows that he's the favorite, so I can just have a good crack at him. Really,
exactly.
That's all. Look how he's gonna play this. A little bit of side, hit the 1 just off straight. Exactly what he's done, and every single time
wing ball.
He's a bit unlucky here, because cue ball got kicked and the 2 is glued to the cushion. Patience is gonna be a key role though in this match, because
especially in situations like this.
Yeah, against Alex will dog it out till the last drop of blood.
Absolutely. That's what makes him such a formidable opponent.
Yeah.
Till the early hours of the morning, he can still demonstrate that same attitude.
Yeah, true.
And in tournaments, in tournaments that go on in the Netherlands that can go on till the early hours of the morning, that's so important to keep
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sort of stamina.
He's got the snooker, and I know that Alex isn't the greatest fan of jumping, but
Um,
he's such a good player. It's not like
yeah.
because of that one particular fact you wouldn't fancy
No,
him to
I've
get
seen him use it
close.
once today to not such great effect.
Um, is he contemplating to just hit the object ball and play safe, or is he going for the two? I thought he would. There's value in taking that shot on, isn't it? Surely,
Y-
if you're gonna jump.
Yeah, otherwise he's asking a lot to try and get that safe.
The only thing that could go wrong is you hit it too well and then you snook yourself behind the 7, but that's really unlucky. And I don't think you should think about that if you're jumping. Just
Not
make
at
the
all.
ball.
Not at all.
All right.
Good connection.
Ooh, oh. I don't know. I don't know if I could say he's unlucky or lucky.
I don't know if he was looking to play it off the 4. He certainly
Yeah,
aimed the
'cause he
cue
was
up to play the 2 off the 4 in the middle.
So he's a bit unlucky not to
Yeah.
have gotten the 2, but then again, not to have
He's-
gotten the 2 and leave it where it
He's got a
is.
good roll.
Because look where his cue ball would have been.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a gimme, but like you can take that 3 without any care, because as long as you make the pot, you'll be
Coming in the vicinity.
yeah.
So he's got to take this one a little bit cautiously.
Yeah.
That middle pocket's in the way of him sliding the 2 down.
If you can just get the edge of the knuckle, I think he can send it towards the side rail. But the problem is there's so much distance between the cue ball and 2. I'm
Yep.
not sure if he can control the cue ball. So he might need to look for the 7, but that would be a big risk.
Big risk. Taking a little bit of extra time over this, quite rightly.
This is a bit of a head scratcher, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, he can thin clip the 2, send it towards the 4, and use the 3 and a 6 as a cushion.
That would
But-
be the obvious shot.
But the problem is, if you thin clip, you can either hit the jaw, or if you hit it a little bit thicker, it can go really close to the cushion. So there's a lot of risk in that shot.
Yeah. And as you said before, there's a good distance between the object and cue ball.
But it's one of those. If you can find that precise judgment, you're more or less, favored to nail that shot. Especially if you're Nick.
Well, yeah. And again, it's down to pace, but
And if end of the road, if he just feel the
he's not
safety
going to
is,
slide off it.
if he feels the safety is too difficult, might as well just go for the pot, because
I think you may have just nailed it. The way he dressed that ball there looked like he was going at it for a shot to nothing and using the 6 and the 3 as a cover in case he rattled it.
like he could even bank the 2 in the between the 8 and the 9.
That would be very cheeky.
Yeah, but the problem is, even if he would make it, because he would play in such a way that he wouldn't leave that much. See, he went for it. Oh, that's a good cue ball and a good pace he played it.
Good spot from my co-commentator here.
I thought one thing that was a little bit not in his favor. I thought to myself, is he gonna play a stop shot? But if he's gonna play a stop shot and he makes the 2, then he's nowhere.
Quite.
So, but he executed that shot really well. But you know with Alex what you're gonna get.
He may have just rolled up a little short.
Yeah, he can see the edge and he can play the same type of shot. And if he nails this shot, then
Puts it right back into Alex's
it
lap.
actually puts Alex in a spot where, in all honesty, Nick should have been in.
He might have to jump again.
Well, as we said, he's such a good player. It's not like he's not good.
Yeah, you think?
Can he see enough? It doesn't look like
No,
he's...
no, no. Sliding off it. Great
Oh,
angle. That's a great angle.
Oh, no.
Pace?
Funny, isn't it? It's like 2 rolls further, and this shot would have been really tough.
Now he's looking at a 2-8 combo.
Yeah. Well, you know one thing, he's going to hit the 2. That's one thing, that's for sure. and he's got good odds on getting it safe as well, or make the combo. A lot of right spin. No,
Ooh, ooh.
I thought he should just pot. It's just one thing for me, but that's a personal opinion. That's one thing about 9 ball I don't like. Like if he would have made that 9, he
Well,
wins the rack. But
yeah.
like just it doesn't feel right to me. You need to pot the balls. Come on.
I, I wouldn't put anything past Alex. That's all I'm gonna say. And if there was something that he could see that we could, we may have to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Of
However,
course, yeah,
he's got a good roll from it.
yeah,
But I do share your frustration that you have with 9 ball. But that also is what makes it really exciting.
yeah,
In the same vein, but as a player, coming from myself as playing 9 ball, I do find it really frustrating
yeah.
that a game can be over so quick.
Yeah, just with one shot, you know what I mean? It just doesn't feel right. But yeah, your fair comment, of course.
However, from when we play in the UK, traditionally we used to play with coin op tables.
Yeah.
So when a game does finish that quickly, you're churning the money out for the next
Yeah.
game very
Look
quickly
at it,
as
look
well.
at this. Oh Lord, he's made the 2.
He
Nice.
has made the 2, and he's left a jump
I think
3 combo.
Yeah, well that's the thing.
I mean, if he needed the rest, he'd probably take the jump on, but
no, he's gonna jump.
with the jump heard
yeah.
around the world.
Oh yeah. His famous jump shot. Yeah. Still firmly in the top 5 all-time
All-time
best
great
shots.
shots, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
The problem is, can he keep the cue ball on the table? I mean, if it's no, Nick is a fantastic jumper as well.
He may only have to go over the edge of this 4, which does take the level of difficulty.
I know
of the
one
shot
player I'd really fancy to make this shot. Fauzi. That man, I used to practice all the time with him. I don't think he's ever missed a jump shot against me.
Jump anything.
And I think he's made like 20 jumps or something against me. Like,
And it's such a good tool to have in the bag.
it's a real weapon. But it used to be, because now all these guys, you don't need any weaknesses in this game, because
No.
then you're already 1-0 behind.
But to have a competent jump game is
Yeah.
can really infuriate the opponent as well, because it sort of limits their zone for safety.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Niels Feyen, who will play a push shot into a jump shot, knowing that if he gets it, wow,
Go on, continue.
no, I can't continue. I am speechless. Nick van der Berg, flying the Noord-Holland flag proud, has just left me speechless.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
I
faced
hope our
with
viewers are watching this.
He's faced with another pressure shot here, man. Like, it's really hard to see whether he's straight enough on this shot. Oh, you can see here, he can hold his cue ball. There's no reason for him to tuck behind the 8 here.
No.
So he needs a positive strike, and I just say, try the cue ball as clean as possible.
Yeah, he's a bit close to the cushion, so he's going to have to jack a bit.
He's really good in these type of shots.
He's jacking a little bit.
I hope I haven't jinxed him.
Well,
Doesn't need to fire it in, just make the ball. Ooh, nope.
Didn't cue it.
Did someone just
Well.
walk into his line? Because I heard someone say sorry.
No, I think that was just in front of us.
Oh, was it?
However, he's left
Yeah.
Alex with
He's not gonna miss
one
this
of
one.
them combos.
No, he's not gonna miss this one. I don't know about you, but every single time I play 9-ball and the 9 rolls towards that corner, it just makes me a little bit edgy. I don't know why.
The nerves.
Yeah. It makes me nervous, because I know that one shot is gonna decide the whole rack.
Well, that's brought it back to 1-1. Niels, after playing what can only be described as a fantastic jump shot on the 3.
Nick.
I'm sorry, what did I
Yeah, I know we're used to seeing Niels make good.
No, we were just talking about it, but yes, absolutely. Nick playing a fantastic jump shot on the 3, leaving himself long and straight on the 4.
Look at this. Look at this. This is why, what makes Alex such a great player. He saw the effect of that break from Nick.
And
First
watched
thing
it
he does,
do exactly the same.
adapts. That's what makes him so tough to beat. He's so all round. He can adapt so quick. He knows exactly what to do and when to do it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right
He
there.
needs to punch this two in because otherwise he won't make the angle because he's gonna most probably pot the three at the right bottom corner with on his where his right elbow is.
Yeah, with the 4 down there.
Yeah, so he needs to play this a little bit firmer than you'd think. No, not even. He's got enough angle. Has he? Ooh. They're not so
Used
much forgiving
all
on
the
this
pocket.
table.
Yeah, no. I saw a couple of Mark Beisterbosch shots rattle earlier today,
Yeah.
and them pockets are not as forgiving as you'd like them to be.
Yeah.
This is a good angle for Alex.
Yep. Well executed, not straight. That was the requirement of that shot. Speaking of Mark, he is now trailing 2-3 to Ayhan. That match is proceeding really quick, which is usually the case with Mark.
Yeah,
Ayhan once again at the table with a good layout. And I think he just
doubled the 7.
Meanwhile, Alex going about his business. Anything but straight on this 8 would be enough.
Yep.
Just to make sure you come off the rail.
This will be an important game.
Yeah.
Keeping the pressure on Nick.
Drawing it back.
Avoiding the middle pocket nicely.
Very cleverly executed.
Good pace of the cue ball.
Perfectly on the 9. There's one thing I was discussing with Jimmy. There's no better feeling when you play position on the most important ball, either be it the 8, 9 or the 10, when
Yep.
you're absolutely straight. There's no better feeling because you know for a fact you're not going to miss that one.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if it's half a long shot, it could be wobbled. But when your hand on the table, there's
When
like
it bounces off that
maybe
last
2
cushion
feet.
and just starts rolling into
Yeah.
line.
If it's not more than 2 feet away, you know, doesn't matter how much pressure there is, you're not gonna miss that.
Well, I think you really picked up on an important point with Alex's break in the last frame. It can really push this game a bit more back into his court
Well,
if he can nail the break and keep running them.
He's 3-1 up, so if anything, now the pressure is on Nick.
Well, absolutely. And so if Nick can serve it back to him.
Where's the cue ball? Where's his cue ball? I felt like a bit like John Virgo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at this.
Yeah,
You
he's having
can-
a look at the. Is the 5 go?
Yeah, he's gonna put his cue ball very close to the 3 and then just nudge the 9 and the 5.
Wisely. Yes.
Now we know there's a gap between the 9 and the 5, but does it pass the 9? Yeah, it's tough to see from this angle.
It is tough to see. He's
You'd-
taken a
you'd-
little
you'd
bit of
s-
care over
you'd-
how he's looking at it,
you'd
so
say
he
it,
might
but-
be.
But I don't see much going wrong in if you put
Nah.
it on that side where the 3 is.
Yeah, he knows it's
If
got
you
the
put it where
centre.
the 3 is,
Yeah,
there's nothing that could go wrong if you just slightly nudge the 9, I think.
well,
Like,
no,
there's nothing that could really go wrong in this shot. I don't believe in that anyway.
he's having a look at that. The only.
The thing is, and quite rightly so, Jimmy says it goes in the center. It does, but do you want it to play it in the center? Not me, really.
No, however, Chinese snookering himself on
Yes,
this.
exact. Wow.
Okay,
It's not what-
popped it out nice, and
but at least now it's
now we
free
know the
to.
5 doesn't go in this pocket.
Yeah,
So
but it's free now in the where the 3 he's gonna put the 3.
yeah,
So all he needs is a good angle on the
yeah.
4. That's all.
But you were right. There was a lot of value in nudging them balls and not too much danger.
Yeah, yeah, because it was always guaranteed a
He
shot.
still hit them a little harder than I expected him to do.
Wow.
But as
He
he's done here,
Yeah, he needs to judge the pace here. Gotta make sure
one of
you.
your bouncy cushion moments.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think it's all about composing yourself. If you there's a fine line in taking a shot on and not having a clear-cut vision of what you're about to do, or just misjudging the shot. I'd say he just misjudged the shot.
Yeah,
Sometimes you just get down on a shot because you know what you want to do, but you haven't really envisioned it. Does it make sense? Like sometimes you know for a fact where you want to hit it and how hard you want to hit it, and some shots you just take for granted. You go, well, I know I can do this.
well, I think the psychological effect of that last shot maybe allowed him to underhit the previous shot for this,
Yeah,
and he played a great shot in the centre
Yeah.
to bring himself back onto the 6.
gotta make sure he avoids the middle pocket after the 2 reels.
Yeah.
That angle was always on, and is he straight?
A bit straighter than he'd like.
That's not ideal. It's still.
He doesn't have to do much with the cue ball on the
I think
8.
he'll run through with a
if he
right
can get
top
onto the 8.
topspin right. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
see here he's queuing up right.
Got to be accurate on these pockets when using pace.
I like that. He
Yeah,
didn't
he didn't
didn't
play that.
punch that in.
No,
He knows when you power the shot, the throw is gonna put more in place. So that's why he chose to take
Not
a
punch it.
slightly,
Yeah.
slightly more difficult 8, but he should make this. Do you see what he did there? Shorter back pause.
backswing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shorter backswing.
Yeah.
That's a key thing, especially in snooker. Key shot. Don't take your cue ball too much. Your cue too much back.
Can you see? Your journey begins here.
Alex breaking off, employing the break you were spotting out earlier to great effect again.
Yeah, but
All
this
balls in the
time
open.
the opening shot is a bit more work to do with his cue ball. And
Will
the thing is,
will he take it on?
well, well, he's 4-1 up, so it's decision-making time. Like, if you're gonna, is this the moment where you take a little bit more risk, or
Yeah.
you just keep it tight and not let the other one go
and I
get
know,
an easy chance?
Nick being a very good momentum player,
He's going for it.
the last thing you want to do is give Nick the chance of getting some rhythm. Oh,
Wow.
well, he felt confident with it.
Well, I mean, prior to
4-1
this match, we were at the bar sitting, and we were watching that thriller of Hoa against Ayhan.
Yeah.
And then Alex also beat Ivar Saris, phenomenal player. And and Mark was sat down as well, and he was like, "Did Alex win?" Almost a bit surprised. I go, "Listen, if this guy chose to play professional again tomorrow, he'd still be a firm contender
Ah,
every single tournament he would play, and he's showing that here.
his weekly routine involves pool to the point where he really keeps his game on top. I mean, I understand he likes to play one pocket and bank pool. I know he plays to a really high standard, so much so that he takes it out to America. Keeping himself very up to date with the game. And
Yeah.
if he was to step back into the professional arena,
Oh, without doubt.
Yeah.
Without doubt. He's
Yeah.
still got the talent, skill, anything you name it, to be a professional. He's a bit modest in that perspective. He goes, well, I'm not sure because I don't do the mileage these guys do. I'm not used to that routine of playing tournaments, waiting. I said, Alex, let's not fool ourselves. Just look at what you can do on the table and tell me you can't beat anyone on the table. I won't believe that.
well, he's doing it his way now, and I have a lot of respect for that.
Yeah.
His committed routine involves so many things with the game, in the other aspects too, that he will always be involved in the sport, and will always bring a lot of attention to the sport too.
Yeah.
And when he can turn up to a tournament and demonstrate as he's doing today, we're in for a treat.
Nearly 230 viewers watching this at home or at work or anywhere.
Hello
Hope
to
you're
all
i-
of you.
Yeah, hope you're enjoying it as much as we are.
Welcome to
It's,
Thurston Pool and Snooker Hall
This
here in
is
Rotterdam.
this is demonstration of a killer. If you're just joined us, welcome. You're watching what has to be said a little bit of one-sided match.
Yeah,
Well,
Poor Nick.
certainly by the scoreline.
that's another look in. However, as we know,
The problem here, it's not like I can see Nick come back any moment, but the
Yep.
problem is you're playing Alex, and Alex, he knows how to find some way to break.
yeah,
Let's not forget, this man these days makes a living out of commentating mainly and coaching. He's well known for his coaching. He coaches all these guys, including Nick, the Dutch selection players, and he knows every in and out about the game.
and from a psychological perspective as well, which is just as important in today's game where everyone's level is so high.
Yeah.
That any advantage or avoidance of a disadvantage is key. And as we've seen again, just the roll of the balls off the break.
It never pours when it rains, does it?
Exactly.
As soon as you go behind or something, the table is like, you're having a hard time? Let me help you out. Let me help you out. Make your life even harder.
Unbelievable. However, I expect Nick to keep his composure here
Yeah,
and
he's
to
well, we can see his back quite firmly here.
And-
Yeah, so he's left the jump shot.
our cameraman, yet again, is spot on,
Yeah, he knows these guys as well, of course. Jimmy is a very experienced player.
pushing to the jump, throwing it back at Alex.
Let me
Nick jumping out of his seat.
let me let you in on the other table, the other semi-final. Ayhan Uzver, the biggest upset of this tournament, 5-4 up against the current European champion 9-ball, Mark Bijsterbos, once again at the table. He is, however, snookered on the next shot, next ball, I should say. So all to play for there, especially for Ayhan. I mean,
This is going to make for an amazing final.
if
The
he
form these guys are in.
if he reaches the final, it's like I think he'll move to the Rotterdam. It's funny. We all thought he's
Pushed to the jump.
Yeah. Eventually
Turned it down.
elected to play the kick shot, and he's not played that really well because
There is
Alex
a route.
can. Yeah, of course. He can not only pot the one, he can also choose to play a containing safety. So options here.
And as you said earlier, being in the lead with such a lead, there's all the incentive for him.
Do you know
to
what I'm
take
thinking?
this on.
From he went 1-0 down, right? Alex. Ever since he's had one rack where he fell out of position 2 or 3 balls.
Quite.
After that, he's just nailed every single rack.
Yeah.
Safety wise, positional wise, keep on going. And that's the thing, the point you were making. Like he can demonstrate that type of concentration, that type of will to win. He's a ferocious animal on table. He's just, there's nothing this guy likes more than absolutely slaughtering you.
And when he starts to look comfortable as he is now, he
Let
can
me
be formidable.
let me tell you that there's nothing this guy enjoys more than absolutely slaughtering you.
What a pastime to have.
Advanced positional shot he played there. Try to make sure to keep the right angle on the 4 to go towards the 5. I think he's gone a bit further. That's why he's gonna go up and down. He's queuing up.
Slide
Can't
past
really
it.
draw it back easily. So
Sliding it in and out of bulk.
judging the pace, perfect. As I said earlier, from 1-0 down, his
really has.
cue ball control has been phenomenal,
He really has.
and he's keeping it simple. He's always avoiding any unwanted risks.
Comfortably bringing it round for the 8.
Absolutely perfect on the 8. He's in the zone.
Alex expecting to take a 6-1 lead.
He's in the driving seat here.
He gets Nick van der Berg.
Yeah, Nick knows the scenario. I mean, yeah, well, we always say never give up until the last ball is potted, but it's
Well,
tough to see Alex not making one of the 6 possible chances he's gonna get.
No, absolutely. And with it being alternate break, he's guaranteed to get at least another chance, if not 2. However, these are what make these are what make great matches.
Yeah. This could be this is also a fascinating match. I mean, of course we would have preferred a very tight, tense match, but then again, when you've got two such great players and one just runs away, you just always tend to think, what's going on here?
Yeah. Again, it's when you don't give the opponent chance to build up momentum,
Yeah,
it's very tough to get into the game.
exactly.
However, we've been given a break by Alex, which has left him no direct shot on the 2. However,
I can tell you that the other match is really tight. It's 5-all.
let's come back to 5-all.
Yeah, Ihan and Mark 5-all. Ihan at the table, faced with a tough first shot. I should correct myself, it's not tough, he's snookered, so.
Well, Alex elected to push. And pushed it onto the far cushion here. Giving Nick something to think about. Now, he could slide off the left hand side of the 2 here. However, there aren't many shots that these guys can see.
Is he gonna reach?
Yeah. And that magic rack has ensured it's kept them all rather tight.
No,
in
no,
there.
it's impossible to. Well, I say
There.
that. Ooh,
Wow.
I think get a.
Yeah. Definitely call someone over to watch this.
Yeah, he's just called in official, one of our tournament directors, to have a close
Maybe
eye
to-
on this shot. Yeah,
Or
yeah.
to take the magic rack out.
Well,
Or both.
yeah, but well,
I wouldn't want to take that magic rack
No,
out right
no,
now, quite
no.
frankly.
no, because this is crucial, and from this angle, it looks like he can make the 2, right? But it's gonna be. Ooh,
Can he make the 2?
I think
No.
he can. He's going
Has he
to.
now said I'm not going for it? So Alex, keeping a bit of humour in the day, putting one of our colleagues on the spot to take the magic racket.
Oh no, he's going for the kick shot. What's he trying here? Wow. Good intentions there, but didn't work out for him. Does the 3 pass the 9? You'd say it would. No, it doesn't. I'm behind the line. He doesn't. It doesn't pass. Doesn't pass the
Does
9.
it need to? Can you? Yeah,
Just roll it in.
yeah, for the 3 in the opposite in the corner.
All right. So from this point on, obviously it's no miss pool. Clear
This
every table.
is what will make it exciting.
Yeah, well, it's cutthroat pool, isn't it? It's all about.
Especially at 6-1, it becomes amazingly cutthroat.
But the thing is, though, is like you pinch these type of racks,
Yeah.
you make easy runouts. You put all of a sudden the momentum switches, the pressure switches, and surely you see a good break, and then he's got no shot on the first ball, next ball, or he breaks
And
he
maybe
gets
just one roll.
and it just kicks in by 2 shots or something, and it just goes in one of the pockets. I've seen it happen
And
so many
Nick
times.
is fully aware of this. He will not give up until his last breath on the pool table.
And let's not forget, there's a lot of pride at stake. I mean, these guys obviously have,
A lot of rivalry as well between the clubs.
but a lot of respect, a lot of respect for each other. But
Absolutely.
the funny thing is, even though I mentioned earlier that Alex, even though he's opted not to pursue his professional career, he's very much a professional in his level of play.
Yeah.
But the official professional is the one who is now wrecking, and he's he's got his back against the wall. So that's also something that might, that's why it could be a pride thing as well.
Yeah.
But talking about pride, I've heard so many top professionals, pool, snooker say this. Once you're that far behind, all that you want to is make a respectable scoreline. They don't even think about winning. They all go, I just want to make them earn it. Just make them earn it, and don't make a fool out of myself. If I'm gonna lose, I'd rather lose 7-4, 7-5 than 7-0, 7-1. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, these guys are in the semis. They've done more than enough to keep their head highs today. However, I still feel that with a good break now, Nick would love to turn the screw and just ask that question of Alex.
Here's an interesting thing. Someone is leading 6-5 in between Mark and Ayhan, but I'm not sure who's counting at the bottom. I don't know how you call it. It's the bottom rail, yeah. Bottom row. He's
Nick's looking at this too. Is he going to push it through?
He can create an angle if he wants with a little bit of side, but I'm not sure whether he's really thinking about that. He can also roll it in and
Yeah.
let his cue ball
Slide it past
towards
the
the. Ayhan Özver is 6-5 up. He's on the hill. It's been a good day for him. And it's not over. He's at the table. He's not got a shot though.
I think the
If
two's
you-
frozen.
If you look at Mark, like usually he never shows a lot of expression, but you can clearly see.
Nice shot
he's-
by Nick.
he's-
Nice shot by
Yeah,
Nick.
nice shot. You're right.
Been able to finish high on the 6, giving him every chance of getting down for the 7.
Like that shot.
Yeah.
Played it positively, and had to make sure he leaves himself an angle on a 7. He's done that. Mark Bijsterbos now at the table. And this layout is far from easy and straightforward, so he really needs to put this rack on the board so you can get a final frame decider, or a hill decider we should say, in pool.
Nick pushing through. Nice shot on the 8.
It's not up to take the magic rack off. Trying to stay in his flow.
Yep.
Whose break is it now?
Alex's break.
Oh yeah.
This is where the first question will be asked.
Yeah, quite right. Ihan at the table, and when Mark was on the table, there were a few problems at the table. Now there's nothing. So he's got a good chance here to be the first book his place in the final. And I think, I'm not sure, I don't know his resume, but I bet against that this is his first real major final, because if you look at the list of the participants, this is by far the most serious tournament we had in a while now.
Alex nailed the 1 in the middle bag. Looks like he nailed the wing ball too. All the balls are open.
Ihan lands
shot on the
absolutely perfect on the 9. He's gonna win this match. Wow. There we have it. The first finalist, Ihan Özver. Is it? Oh, it's 6-all. Oh. Sorry.
All that excitement. Meanwhile, Alex just pinged the cue ball a little more than he wanted, judging by his reaction. However, not too much damage done. You may elect to do a little bit more with the cue ball here.
His look at the 5 in the
corner.
top right corner.
Stun for the 7.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna play the 5 in the middle, stun it off the short rail and go back up.
I think he will be then running down the table, leaving him only the option of coming back up for the 7. So
Yeah,
coming
fair
around
comment.
this way, he could just leave a stun on the 5, but he's got to make sure he
Doesn't want
leaves
to.
pretty as straight as you can and no cushion involved.
Yeah, he's more or less glued to the cushion.
And I think that's not the right angle he
No.
really needs.
No,
So, we were talking about that first question.
it's asked here.
Yeah. It
Um,
wasn't a straightforward run out.
he can
However,
he can draw this back, but it's a delicate shot that needs to be executed to perfection. And the other thing is, he's gonna leave himself a longish 7. He can go forward and try to play position on the 7 in the corner his cue is closest to,
he's going to have to do a lot of work with the cue ball.
or
for
you
that.
can try and put it into the middle and somehow go in between the. No, he's going for the top rail, the top cushion.
And maybe 3 cushioning it back round to where he is now. That's a big shot.
Did he try to power that in?
Yeah, he punched it across, and
No, that's.
he's not come enough.
So he
Ladies and
just
gentlemen.
you just mentioned the first question is asked, and this is his first slip up.
Yeah, and with not so much traffic on the table, he really does narrow down his options for putting it safe. So Alex, quite rightly, taking his time, assessing the options. As he's fully aware, he doesn't want to give Nick a chance of seeing the pot. So he's going to have to be precise. Being a proficient bank pool player, I'm sure if he could see enough of that 7, he'd stuff it up and down into the corner.
Yeah, sometimes if the
The best
safety
defense is offense.
sometimes if the defense is as difficult as the offense, you might as well take a chance, you know. I'm not sure if he can put enough spin on the 7 to make that bank
To
shot.
throw it. You'd need to put
'Cause
left-hand side on that.
from this picture, you can only see the edge, and
Yeah,
I don't
he'd be
think
chopping it
you
too
can
flat down.
you can turn it in.
Yeah, it looks like that's the angle he can get. And
Even
that's
though
not good.
the cloth is pretty worn down, so it would take more spin. It would accept more spin, but he's definitely playing for safe here.
Got the double kiss
He will take that.
and got the roll.
He will definitely take that.
Yeah. And the thin cut on this
Yeah.
needs to be thinner than thin.
But here's my point. Like, some players would now shake their head and go, "I can't believe you got away with that." But
Yeah.
let's be honest. Look at how Alex has been playing ever since he was trailing 1-0. Pretty much flawless, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So if you were Nick, and he had that break, which was very good, I'd count myself lucky, a happy man to be at the table anyway.
And I think Nick did. And he's left a bank for Alex.
Question is, will he play it? I think he'll try to play a two-way shot. Try to bank and try to cover with the 8. Play position for the 8 in the same pocket. Where's the 7? Nailed it.
Okay.
Oh. Can you avoid the middle pocket?
There. He's come the wrong side of the 8.
Looking at his body language. Oh no, he's waiting for the other table. So he's
Well,
okay.
I don't
No,
think you can put that down to a bad roll. He made the bank. That was the most important
No, of
part of the
course,
shot.
of course.
And he's just going to have to settle for
You
this.
can definitely avoid the middle pocket here. It's going to be interesting to see if you get some sort of reaction by Alex. Funny enough, it's my first match from Alex on the TV table. But earlier on from the day, I was about to say, don't be surprised if you see Alex Lely win this tournament.
Well, we will soon find out. Alex taking the match 7-3 against Nick van der Berg,
So the
reaching the final.
old master and former world master